OnStation is active.
OnStation is scalable.
OnStation is growing.
OnStation is evolving. OnStation
Is now. Hello and welcome to OnStation Nation 23. It's so cool to be here again. It's been an amazing year for us. We're going to cover all that's happened and all that's upcoming, but I want to start today with a huge thank you to my team for all of their dedication and care, to our customers for your rapid growth, of a rapid adoption of OnStation, and to those in our industry that were the early adopters of our transformative technology. Over 1,000 projects, over 250 contractors, multiple DOTs. The significant benefits of deploying OnStation on your jobs is validated. It works, plain and simple. In everything we do, there is always a where, and that's what we do in the location language of our industry: station, alignment, offset. So it's no longer a question of if OnStation is helpful, of if workers will find the app easy to use, if deployment is simple. We come to the theme of OnStation Nation in 2023, now. Not that I'm telling you right now, that's the theme, now. The future is now. You can radically change your job sites now. I cringe when I hear people say stuff like, we're in the middle of a 3-year software rollout. Or we're going all BIM in the field, baby. 3D models, AR, VR. Guess what? Years down the road, when all that is standard practice, we will do that too. But right now, our industry runs on wooden stakes, spray paint, pen and paper forms, paper tickets, paper plans, and we continuously put people in harm's way by sticking with these outdated practices. You can change this right now. You want to deploy OnStation across 15,000 employees? They can all have access on the phone in their pocket now. You want every photo geolocated, station and date stamped. You want to track every asset in the field for your as-built model. You want a station alignment on every material ticket. You can do that now. Every paper form in use on the job can be a digital version collected at the location of completion right now. View right-of-way, edge of pavement, existing utilities, really any design element on the project map connected to their station offset right now. And the last one, it's a big one for me as it hits on safety. How about knowing where your traffic control signage and barriers go without the need of sending a surveyor to the job site to expose them to live traffic? Yep, you can do that now. I joke, but there's a lot of truth to it. Our biggest competitor is change management. Over the next few sessions, you'll learn about what we're doing, how we're doing it, and what's coming in the future. We know this works. We know it solves big problems. It makes people safer, makes contractors more money, provides the DOTs the documentation they need. We know user adoption will be high. It takes most workers one day to experience the benefits, and they never go back to the old ways. So you might be thinking, man, Patrick, you sound pretty high on yourself. Those are some big statements. And I'll say, yeah, they are. They're huge statements. But we know this as our customers tell us this every day. I'm just turning up the volume for them.
If you can see, the numbers all go to 11.
So I'll leave you with this. Proof that it works. proof of the power of having OnStation on your job. We talk a lot here that a digital station is the foundation to undisputed project record. So undisputed project record, what is that? That sounds pretty nice, right? So here's an example of how it validated an error right in my own company. Earlier this fall, I noticed a bug in our software, and after messing around for a little bit, I was pretty sure what was happening. So I took it to the dev team and I got all the usual replies. It's user error. Do we know for sure they accessed the project? Maybe it was a different project. They're on an old version of the app, and so on and so on. And then I remembered I talked to this user a couple days ago, and I showed them how to take an OnStation camera note. So I reached out, I said, hey, can you text me that picture? It's the picture that you see now. I shared it with the dev team, and game over. It was a station date alignment stamped photo you can only get when you're on the project. The bug was real, they got to work fixing it, and truth be told, their response was, oh shit. That's what undisputed project record is. Just think of the power. That one photo could validate a $20,000 change order, help you collect on a $200,000 insurance claim. How about dismiss a $2 million lawsuit that comes years after the job was finished? All that from one photo. So ask yourself, why aren't you using OnStation right now? I'll be back later to wrap things up, but for now, see what I did there? Enjoy this year's OnStation Nation. It's a hugely exciting time for our company, and we are honored to share all that we're doing together to transform the industry.
Let's take a journey back to your second grade classroom. You're running in from recess with a little bit of sweat on your forehead to your assigned desk. You pull out your chair with the tennis balls at the end of each one of the legs and sit down. Your name card you decorated is taped right below where your pencil sits in your desk. Your teacher, we'll call her Miss Teacher, walks up to you and says, "Your knee is scraped up pretty bad. How did this even happen?" You then proceed to explain how your friends were playing tag on the basketball courts and you tripped and fell. We've been taught from a young age to use the 5 W's to gather and provide information. Just like when Miss Teacher asked about your scraped knee, project managers are required to ask and document what and where something is happening. The 5 W's will never go away, and we need to make it easier to communicate this information. Dave, our Director of Business Development, and Alex, our Chief Geek, are going to cover what's next, but we need to cover what you can do now. Most systems in the industry were built to solve the inefficiencies created by old processes. This was a great starting point for in-office productivity and financial tracking. When you walk outside those office doors, though, onto a job site, those improved efficiencies fly out the window if you can't tie your location to activity. Think about it this way. If we're making a banana split, we're providing the banana with no ice cream, and no one wants that. We know this at OnStation, which is why every product and feature revolves around stationing. Right now, you can provide digital stationing to your estimators to improve bids by increasing stationing visibility, your road crews to find their accurate location on a site safely, and your managers to gather stamped information easily for project closeout. Let me guide you through how you can create the perfect banana split for your business today that allows your ingredients to work together effortlessly.
Ingredient 1, digital stationing.
First, any person who has a cell phone can use digital stationing right now. Our team has spent years working with our users to curate an app that is easy to use, implement, and navigate. Crews care about this because they can find their location without worrying about a missing lap and communicate everything in one place to the right person or group. Managers care about this because all job site activity has the station tied to it. Currently, we're stuck in this repetitive question cycle that at times is frustrating and annoying, but also doesn't even provide us with accurate information. I'm guessing you've heard about our newest release that happened a couple weeks ago. To execute version 4's release was hard and laborious, but the goal has always been simple and straightforward. Provide users with the easiest and most accurate digital stationing products. I'm guessing they're going to show some type of screenshot now of the OnStation app with the map view, probably the stationing at the bottom circled or something like that. There's no questioning it. Stationing is the common language on every civil construction job. Not lat long, not GPS, stationing. We've transferred from MapQuest to phone navigation in our own personal lives. It's time to upgrade our work lives as well by transferring from physical stationing to digital stationing.
Ingredient 2, digital standardization.
Once you have digital stationing implemented, the next step is to capture information in your OnStation app one time. After conducting some research and talking to individuals on job sites, we've concluded there's a lot of information that is written down in a field book to then be entered into some electronic format in a laptop. What an actual waste of time. Instead of this, our digital designs, plans, messages, images, and forms are all tied to one truth, you guessed it, digital stationing. We've talked a lot about design layers, flag and chats, and camera notes a lot over the last couple of years. So I really want to focus on our newest addition to the feature family, OnStation Forms. If your crew is already using the OnStation app, it's a no-brainer to have them capture testing and inspection information in there as well. Dave has worked tirelessly over the past year to push out and standardize digital forms across the country. But I want to cover how you can use digital forms today within your own organization. We need to stop this insanity of how we are currently capturing information. The other day, I had to make a graphic showing some of the forms that need to be submitted to the DOT. Cross slope, density moisture count, field moisture test, gravel construction activity, maintenance inspection, PCCP, lot information, pavement straight edge, pavement thickness, sign inventory. Oh my gosh, so many forms. After going through this list of forms needed, I totally understood why people had requested us to push out digital forms. It was a no-brainer to us, so let me give you a quick rundown on how this currently works. Anyone who must fill out a form can go into the app and find the form they need and enter the information they gather from their tests or readings. You can then use the data portal to export these digital forms into whatever your state DOT requires. The best part? You guessed it. All forms are tied to a digital station. Screw these.
Ingredient 3, integration.
As I said in the beginning, there are already so many systems in the industry that are implemented into a lot of your businesses. You've spent a lot of time and money on these systems, and we're not here to tell you to replace them. Instead, we will work with your current systems to attach the most important piece of information, you guessed it, digital stationing. Every material ticket, daily diary, truck location, and other job site information will be tied with a digital station. Again, I can't stress this enough. The common language on every civil construction job is stationing. We are continuing to move conversations forward for our customers so they can integrate their information into their current systems, but I want to take you through our top 2 integrated partnerships. HDSS works with over 50,000 estimators and 4,000 companies across North America. Raise your hand if you use HDSS. So I can't really see if you're raising your hand in this format. So raise your hand in the comments if you're an HDSS customer. Earlier this year, we partnered with the HCSS team with the goal of transferring data into their systems. We are always working on expanding our capabilities, but for now, you can transfer flag and chats and camera notes into HeavyJob as a daily diary. If you have not noticed, transferring field notes to a computer is like nails on a chalkboard for us. So hopefully our itch to eliminate field note transfer improves the information coming from the field into your systems. Do I really have to say this? All right. If you're struggling with your systems not providing stationing, our team is on standby and ready to help. Please call us at 1-877-641-1188. Again, that's 1-877-641-1188. I really hated sounding like an infomercial right there. Very uncomfortable. Another partner, FleetWatcher, helps customers better utilize their construction equipment fleet through real-time tracking and status information software. Fact, OnStation is not an equipment management or e-ticketing software. Also fact, OnStation pushes digital stationing information to every material ticket produced by FleetWatcher, as long as the integration for your company is active. When you get a chance, watch our webinar with Luke from FleetWatcher to learn more. If you are struggling with your systems not providing stationing, oh my God, I'm not saying this.
Do it.
Okay. If you're struggling with your systems not providing stationing, our team is on standby and ready to help. Please call us at 1-877-641-1188. Again, that's 1-877-641-1188. And I would also like to apologize as someone added this to my script without me knowing. Patrick.
Ingredient 4, data collection.
The last ingredient to our perfect banana split is data. To get paid, bosses need what they're asking for from their managers and managers asking for from their crews. One slip up that causes a dispute can rattle a company's cash flow, which is why data is so important. Today, you can use the OnStation platform to ease the hassle of the asks. Instead of crews only submitting a daily diary when something goes wrong, provide them with the OnStation app so all activity is documented without them having to even think about it. I bet transferring field notes to a daily diary is like nails on a chalkboard to them as well. So make things easy in a tool they want to use. Instead of having managers spend endless hours scavenging through emails, texts, daily diaries, field notes, and calls for mandatory project closeout documentation, provide them with the OnStation data portal that puts all documentation in one place. Time is the biggest asset we have. Give time back to managers because they probably have something they would rather be doing than looking for a picture of a core test captured 9 months ago. While making this banana split with me, I hope you see how each ingredient is important in its own way. But each of these ingredients will not work together if you don't have the most important thing. You guessed it, digital stationing.
I thought it was ice cream.
It was a metaphor.
Why should I be on the green team? Because you need me. You want me. And if you didn't get me, you'd regret it the rest of your life.
Hi, I'm Jeremiah. You see that? That's where my dad is. How am I supposed to get that to my inspectors in the field? OnStation.
Verified OnStation is roughly 2 to 5 feet accurate. We've used the plans as reference as well as GPS rovers with surveyors to ensure that we're getting accurate readings to make sure our documentation's proper.
But I don't even know if there are any other tools really like OnStation, but so as far as I know, the only other option we were given was to just measure everything and do everything by hand.
Having that instant stationing availability on projects without, having to go out and look at the power pole or wherever the stationing last was at.
They show a center of an intersection being at this station. We'd get on Google Maps, try to find it, then go out in the field and see how close we are. So really, we didn't really too much in trying to find a solution. Just happened to have a couple contractors on other projects mention that you guys and I kind of dove into it head first and been using it ever since.
Now that everyone's hungry after all that talk about a banana split, I want to talk about how our project development team can support your hunger. But first, hi, I'm Lindsay Buckley. Well, now I'm actually Lindsay Hanstra, since I married the developer who sits a few desks over. But in addition to being a wife, I'm also the project coordinator and process analyst here at OnStation. Our engineers and I make up the project development team. Based on the communication I have with our clients, it's my responsibility to improve efficiencies during the project development phase. One of the most important goals for my team is to make sure your project is digitally stationed in the app, period. Right now, you can access over 1,000 projects within OnStation, but that number is growing rapidly every day. Pro tip, check the Nearby Projects tab on the app before submitting a new project. Now, I'm going to quickly cover the improvements we have made to get your projects built faster. Then, I will share a preview of changes coming to the OnStation engine, cranking out digitally stationed projects. To build more projects, we needed to expand our team of engineers. Because of this realization and rapid customer expansion, we have added 5 experts over the past few months to our project development team.
Hello!
These individuals touch every file you submit to ensure they provide the proper information needed to display accurate digital stationing and design layers. What we realized is the file format types could be inconsistent or were difficult to work with. This had created a lot of back and forth communication with our clients, which extended the build time for projects. So to help with this, I'm going to guide you through our new project submission guidelines, which can also be found when you submit your files on our website. In order to get the most accurate and clean digital stationing, we suggest submitting a land XML or ALG. Project layers should be submitted as DGNs, DWGs, or DXS file formats. And all work items or tags can be submitted as a CSV or Excel document. A quick note, just please specify the layers and alignments you would like to see within the app. The more we know about your scope of work, the better we can assist. But most importantly, don't let these file types deter you from getting your project into OnStation. As always, we're here to support you and your team. So submit whatever file type you have and we'll guide you through the rest. But hang on, as I'm going to drop a cherry on top of that banana split Jess just made.
The cherry on top, automation and standardization.
Currently in development is a full overhaul of our internal project building process. Much of this is being driven from the expanding DOT relationships that see the value of having every one of their jobs digitally stationed and available in the app. While the current process hums along, the new process will be supercharged as we are incorporating more automation and standardization. How do you digitally station hundreds of projects a month? You combine source access to the design files with years of internal development knowledge. We want to take the burden of project submissions off your shoulders. It will take us a little bit of time to flesh this out, so keep on using the guidelines above for now. But eventually, we will move from submit your project to simply find your projects. Bliss. Bye, y'all.
How can digital stationing improve your job? With BuildWit.
We knew you would ask this question, which is why we have created some videos on how digital stationing is used on an active project.
You want to keep your crew safe, and you want to keep your job site safe, and the public safe.
Provide accurate job site location.
Hey everyone, it's my turn. You've had a chance to hear from several of my talented teammates about the rapid adoption of OnStation over the past year. Now, I get the opportunity to fill you in on all of the incredible things we have planned for 2024. Put on some sunglasses because the future is so bright, we gotta wear shades. Let's get into 3 topics that cover our goals for the next 365 days. Partnerships, expanded functionality, and presence.
One principle of OnStation's development philosophy is a keen understanding of how our data can inform and impact some of the other systems that our customers rely on to complete their work. Over the next year, we plan to continue integration conversations with some of the leading civil engineering and heavy highway software companies. When all of your systems talk together and share data, this helps you get the full picture of your project without having to hunt down information in siloed systems. Going off of what Jess said earlier, we know there are many great products needed for your organization to be efficient. While OnStation is expanding our functionality, there are some areas that we'll simply never touch. For example, material ticketing. OnStation will never become a material ticketing platform that tracks driver behavior or tracks material deliveries from plant to site. There are already great systems in this space that our users can utilize. However, we do have information that can make those systems more valuable. When material ticket information gets shared with OnStation, we can replace the generic GPS coordinates with project-specific station alignment and offset information. Over the next year, we'll continue to explore powerful partnership opportunities. Accompanying our partnership and integration expansion goals, we're driven to continue to improve the functionality of the OnStation platform based on one key factor: your thoughts. When I joined OnStation back in June of 2021, so many of our customers asked if we could incorporate a rough measuring tool into the app. Flash forward to today, now it's a handy tool to get a quick reference for the length of your pavement run, or a quick calculator to estimate the amount of material you'll need to finish your intersection approach. We care about what you think, which is why in 2024, we want to beef up our tagging system. The goal is to build a cost calculator tool into the OnStation app, which is powered by the bid item list associated with each of your projects. So you can imagine our plan in action. Let's set the scenario of how this would be used on guardrail end cap installations. Your tech uses the OnStation app to ensure that they're at the correct station to start the installation. When they've finished, they drop a flag in the app and take a picture of their completed work. With all of your bid item codes and quantities in the OnStation database, this flag and any other flag associated with guardrail end caps can be tagged with the appropriate bid item code. I hope this amps you up as much as I am. Why? Because if a project owner wants to see a list of completed versus outstanding contract items, that's available on demand. Or when the contractor wants to submit a bill, they have complete documentation with geo-referenced notes and pictures and cost codes to attribute the work to. Woo! Heck yeah! And it doesn't stop there. Another area of expanded functionality directly translates to the QC/QA testing that happens on every project. We plan to standardize the OnStation forms that Jess talked about earlier. We'll continue to work with the DOTs across the country to understand the information they need for each test so that our forms match the reporting criteria. The goal is to have the form you need in one place digitally. Finally, we're focused on expanding the scope of contracts represented in the app. Up until a few months ago, we've been solely focused on heavy highway construction projects. However, I believe we've really only scratched the surface. There are other types of contracts that can use the OnStation platform. For instance, contractors have begun to use OnStation for sign inventory projects. These projects don't have alignments, there's no paving work, which on the surface seems like it might be out of scope for what OnStation does. I mean, it's in our name, right? If there's no stationing on the job, why would you use OnStation? For these sign inventory projects, we can preload OnStation flags onto a blank project map at their known location by GPS coordinates. Then, the techs in the field can find the sign that they need to inspect, open the appropriate OnStation form, fill in the required information, and move on to the next item. All of the information associated with these assets can be exported and shared at the end of the contract to prove completion and compliance. Trust me when I say that it's way easier than working through a beast of an Excel spreadsheet. Somebody cue up Johnny Cash's I've Been Everywhere, because we're taking this show on the road. In the next couple of months, OnStation will be in attendance at trade shows in Wisconsin, Indiana, Michigan, Virginia, Florida, Kentucky, Oklahoma, Texas, and then the granddaddy of them all, World of Asphalt in Tennessee. Make sure to keep an eye out for our bright green shirts at a conference near you.
Hey OnStation Nation, I'm Alex and I'm the Chief Geek here at OnStation. Jess slacked me a couple of weeks ago and asked me if I wanted to be part of this year's OnStation Nation event. My initial reaction was hell no. I can be a bit of an introvert at times, so people are lucky to get a phone call or a Zoom meeting with me. But Jess wasn't taking no for an answer, so here we are. On top of that, I found out that I not only had to speak, but I also had to write a script for this event. So my initial response was just use some AI, have it do the work for me. Unfortunately for me, there's no AI that knows what our dev teams plan to do for 2024, so that really wasn't going to help. So again, here I am, reading the script that Patrick and Jess revised for me, so I don't sound too awkward or scatterbrained for you. So to those of you out there watching this in your pajamas with some caffeine next to you, at a desk with no lights on, I respect you and keep up the good work. Like Jess said earlier, OnStation's goal has always been straightforward. We're not just focused on building the best features, but we're also deeply invested in delivering the highest quality performance, security, and stability within our cloud-based platform for you. Let's take a look at these three important elements. Imagine if you had a house with doors that weren't able to be locked. Someone could just walk right in, look around, take whatever they felt like taking. How horrible does that sound? Well, to avoid somebody walking into our OnStation house and taking your customer information, we've encrypted all the data, whether it's in transit or at rest. In simpler terms, basically we built a moat and we've got an army protecting all your information in our house all the time, 24/7. Whether your data is being transmitted from the field to OnStation, or whether it's sitting idle for months or maybe even years from a past project, it's always encrypted and secured using the latest and strongest encryption techniques. Not only do we block and prevent everyone else from accessing your data, but OnStation is always going to be available for you. Our platform is fault tolerant and it uses replication to ensure that it's always there when you need it most. We also even do some cool nerdy stuff like leverage edge computing to make the platform even faster for you. We take your geographic information, we determine how and where your content is best served to get it to you in the fastest and most reliable way possible. We've worked hard to build a well-oiled machine that can scale to meet any workload. Let me recite what Patrick said in his introduction. Deploy OnStation across 15,000 employees. They can all have access on their phone, in their pocket, now. Our systems and team can support you every single step of the way. So that's now, but what's next? Just like the goal for every F1 team showing up to hit the new pavement in Vegas, we're going to go bigger and faster than ever before. The dev team is looking to expand the platform and deliver a more robust, enterprise-class data management and business intelligence system for you. That was a mouthful, so let me give you a few highlights on what this actually means for you in simple terms. We know the bigger organizations have multiple offices across the country with one central hub. Expanding our organization and user management tools, it's going to allow for multi-office and parent-child organization structures to be efficiently managed in OnStation. It's critical that you have visibility into your users' usage patterns and job site activity when managing projects within these multi-tier structures. Also, you've been asking for more data around what your guys are doing with the app. We're in the process of adding deeper analytics around your users and their activity so you can make the most informed decisions and adapt quickly and efficiently to any project changes that occur. As our material e-ticket integrations expand, so is our ability to connect materials delivered with their installation notes, which is a really cool feature. In the event of a failure, It's critical that you're able to get a complete picture of all the materials used and all the work performed so you can find the root cause of your issue and resolve it efficiently or place blame accordingly. Organizations that choose to use our integrations are able to correlate the material dumps with their work markers to have all the data needed in one place in just a few clicks. Nobody really pays much attention to this data until there's an issue, which we all know. It's just a matter of time. How quickly can you find the data you need to transfer your liability with your current processes? With OnStation, you're going to find exactly what you need in simply seconds. Lastly, we're going to address those projects in poor cell coverage zones. Cellular reception and Wi-Fi access can be hit or miss, depending on the topography and location of your project. In the future, you're going to be able to have the full OnStation experience, dropping flags, completing data forms, capturing images, all those things you need to do in the field while fully disconnected. When you get back to an area with connectivity, simply resync your data that you created, and none of your work's going to be lost. It's going to be right there in the OnStation solution for you. My team has done all the dirty work this year in rewriting the code across our entire platform. We're going to accelerate our development going forward for you. What this means for you, it's less steps to do more of everything you want and need to do within the OnStation platform. Patrick thinks it's simple copy and paste to write code. Yeah, not quite. But with our unified code base we've deployed, it's a hell of a lot easier, and we're going to be able to serve you even better in the future and move faster than ever before.
Wow, what an amazing year. It's pretty special. I had a history professor in school tell us that the pace of change is changing. Think about that for a second. The pace of change is changing and it's all around us. I feel the same about OnStation. We've had an amazing year, but I can't wait to see where we are next year. To close, we know technology adoption is a huge barrier in our space. New trends and technologies, they come and go. Some have an impact, others are trendy and cool, but they don't really solve a real problem. In everything that happens on your jobs, in everything you do, there is always a where. And OnStation provides this at scale across all of your projects. And you can do it right now. Not in 6 months when a new job is starting, right now. Because in 6 months, picture your future. Picture the improved project documentation. Go grab your phone, open your phone. Look at the photos that are on your phone and tell me where and when those were taken. Look at all the paper forms that are sitting next to you in your truck, because I know some of you are watching this in your truck right now. Give it a try. It's free to start. Change your world. Tell us what else you want to see in the app. What is easier when your day starts with a digital location? We'll see you all across the country this year at the trade shows. Look for our bright green shirts. We're going to be in multiple states. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Thank you for attending. Thank you for building the roads that connect our communities. And from the entire OnStation team, I thank you for all of the support. And stay safe out there.
Yeah, well, good stuff.
Yeah.
Tip of the tongue, teeth in the lips.
Yeah. Breathe on three.
We'll do it live.
I'm just your personal hairstylist. Actually. I was just trying to make sure it's like, because when you move, it like. Sorry. Don't touch your I know. We're not that close. We don't need to tell anyone about that. It's cool.
One take, one day, right here. Head presidents. What's going on? What? What's going on? Or tracks materials from delivery. Well, it was going to be a one take wonder, then you interrupted me because my head was out of frame, so I have to do it all.
OnStation is now coming.
Good try.
I was trying to smile. It really was. Here we go.
Round 2.
Here comes the roller coaster. Yeah, you wanted me to be looking away or something.
Yeah.
And I lost the screen. I was on a roll. Better?
Yeah. Oh, we're using one of them.
You're special. You're not too.
Here to push and for the past couple of years to put out. He definitely does not put out. He pushes out.
Go.
This is the banana.
I am a banana.
OnStation is now.
OnStation is now.
Oh, that's such a Patrick move.
OnStation is now.
OnStation is now. OnStation's now, baby.